2 miles, take exit 334 toward Lemoore, Hanford. In half a mile, take exit 334 toward Lemoore, Hanford. Take exit 334. Then you'll take a slight left onto the ramp to Lemoore, Hanford. Slight left onto the ramp to Lemoore. Then at the next light, you'll turn left. At the light, turn left onto California 198 East.